Shabbat Shalom. I guess it's still Shabbat.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, Michelle.
I'm Michelle Brodsky. I'm a member of the board and the Rabbi Search Committee. And on behalf of both of those groups, I am very excited to introduce to you Rabbi Michael Feshbach. He comes here with a broad and deep background, currently from Northfield, New Jersey. He has been a rabbi in the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as Bethesda, Maryland, among a number of other places. So I'm very pleased to introduce Rabbi Michael Feshbach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
So I thank you, Michelle. I want to say thank you to Joe and Rob, the chairs, and the rest of the Rabbinic Search Committee for bringing me here, to Cantor Shelley and Ruthie for working with me in preparation. I mean, it's a normal Havdalah service, but it's not normal faces and voices here. I also want to give a shout out to Naomi Flegel-Farmer, a bat mitzvah of mine, a confirmand of mine, a member of my congregation in Temple Shalom in Chevy Chase, Maryland, who now lives here. Her aunt is a member of this congregation, and I got an excited text from Naomi's, one of her mothers, saying that her sister would be here, Judith, and then I got a Facebook message from Naomi saying she might be here too. So all of a sudden I got excited. I mean, you're interesting, but it's great to see Naomi. Before I begin, I have something to say. It is hard to step in to a new place and a new space with your partners of so many years. It is, I can ask 10 questions if this were a full service. Well, even for a Havdalah, if I ask 10 questions about how you do things here at Emanuel, there's 3 things I forgot to ask. So the point is for us to be patient with each other and open if I turn this way and you turn that way. But this does remind me of a story, and I have 3 stories to share tonight. This is the first one. A new rabbi goes to a congregation, and the new rabbi, who's a man, is leading the service, and they get to the Amidah, and after the opening sections of the Amidah, the introduction, the opening 3 sections of Ot v'Imahot, Gvurot, and Kedusha, all of a sudden half the congregation remains standing and the other half sits down. The half that's standing is yelling at the half that's sitting, and the half that's sitting is yelling at the half that's standing. So the puzzled new rabbi goes to the Cantor Emerita, and he says, "My dear Cantor Emerita," that they have a very formal relationship. Is it the custom, is it the tradition of the congregation to remain standing through the entire Amidah? And the Cantor Emerita says, "No, that's not the tradition." And so he says, so it must be that after the introductory blessings, the congregation, it's the tradition for the congregation to sit down. And the Cantor Emerita says, no, that's not the tradition. And the new rabbi says, well, look, I don't know what to do. I got half the congregation standing and half the congregation sitting. The half that's sitting is yelling at the half that's standing, and the half that's standing is yelling at the half that's sitting, and the Cantor Emerita says, that's the tradition. So, do what you normally do. Right? If it's different than, one of the instructions. So with that, we open Oziv Zimrat Yah, Hine Matov, and Sabbath Bride.
of your purple folders, page 8. On the 6th day after creation came, an angel looked west and he spied a lonely figure upon a hill, calling, "Come, I will be your bride." She beckoned to him, calling, "Come, I will be your bride." The 7th day is the Sabbath, and for now you must rest by my side. He started to tell her of those 6 days, the work and the pain, and he cried, resting his weary head on her knee, the weight of the world in his hand. She said, "Blessings on him." She said, "Blessings on him." She said, "On this day you are mine." Until heaven comes down to earth, you must rest with the Sabbath bride. On the 8th day after creation came, the angel awoke and he sighed. Nowhere could he find her. Gone was the Sabbath bride. Many years later, I find myself on the evening train home Friday night, wondering if this week's creations are worthy of the Sabbath bride. Please beckon to me, bless all that you see, even though the world's not yet right. Please remind us of heaven on the wings of the Sabbath
Shkoch, I learned something. So I believe we have a participant for helping tonight. Benji, if you'll come forward. But as you're coming forward, my second story. I had the privilege a number of years ago to be part of the rabbinic leadership initiative of the Shalom Hartman Institute. I was in cohort 4. There were several Chicago area rabbis who participated, Sid Halpern, who I've known for many years, of Northbrook, and Rabbi Deborah Newman-Kamen. Some of you may know of her from Am Yisrael, not too far from here. But there was a young modern Orthodox. One of the amazing things about the Shalom Hartman Institute is it's pluralistic, multi-denominational. There was a young modern Orthodox rabbi from Berkeley, Yonatan Cohen, and he came in very excited one Sunday morning, and he told the following story. He had relatives who were more right-wing than him, and part of the settler movement, and he had been at a Hester yeshiva, one of the religious nationalist yeshivas in a settlement in the West Bank over Shabbat, and there was a gathering for Havdalah, and somebody came in very excited and said, "I've discovered an ancient Hasidic melody for Havdalah," and it went, "Yai, lai, 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 lai." Of course, it's not ancient, it's not Hasidic,
and they would have plotzed if they knew that it was written by a Reformed Jewish woman. But leading us into Debbie Friedman's Havdalah, Yailai. Lai 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 Praised are you, eternal our God, creator of the fruit of the wine. Lai 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 Elu chata Adonai Eloheinu melech Borei minei v'samim Borei minei v'samim Borei Praised are you, creator of the various spices. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei me'orei ha'esh borei me'orei ha'esh Yai lai 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 lai. Blessed are you, eternal our God, creator of the light of the fire. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol Matoteinu yichol Zarenu v'chaspenu Yarbek hachol V'hachochavim halayla Shavua tov 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 A good week, a week of peace May gladness reign and joy increase A good week, a week of peace May gladness reign and joy Eliyahu Ani Eliyahu Ani Eliyahu Eliyahu What a privilege and honor for me to be with both of you. A quick consult. Okay. My favorite story. A rabbi of a congregation which is blessed to have a preschool makes a habit every year of bringing the young people in to give a tour of the sanctuary at the beginning of the school year. And he saves the contents of the ark for last. Well, this rabbi one year did what rabbis and priests and ministers can occasionally do. He talked for a really long time. There, in the back of he had decided to save the contents of the ark for last, but there, in the back of the room, the teachers are going, Rabbi, parents are coming, you've got... So he made a quick announcement. This is, by the way, a true story. And he said, okay, boys and girls, we'll get together again next week and I'll show you what's behind the curtain. Now, this congregation, like in this sanctuary, I'm told, but unlike my current one, has a parocha. When you open the doors, there's an additional curtain. That's not true of it, but it was for this one. But remember, I said this was a true story? I'm not sure this happened in exactly this order, but this is the order we're going to tell it in. What he didn't realize is that this abrupt ending would spark a big debate amongst the little people. What's behind the curtain? One child, an aficionado of far too much American consumer culture, kids' parents let him watch too much TV, said, when the rabbi opens the curtain next week, behind the curtain will be a brand new car. A second child, a future nihilist, a follower of Nietzsche or a scholar of Dostoevsky, said, when the rabbi opens the curtain, there will be nothing there. A third kid, she'd been to Tat Shabbat. I know, I should Torah scroll, right? But a fourth kid gave an answer that's so deep that I stole the title of this for the name of one of my blogs, and it has affected how I teach and how I think about our tradition ever since. Because we come here partly because of a pull of history and heritage, partly because we are looking back. But what really matters about what we do here is not about the past. It's about the present. It's about the future. The fourth child said, when the rabbi opens the curtain next week, behind the curtain will be a giant mirror. Now, why is that such an amazing answer? I ask you. I'm asking you. It's a real question. Why is that such an amazing answer? Because a kid said it out of the mouth of babes. I love that. So when you react to something in the Torah, we may or may not learn something about the past. But I'll tell you for sure, if I watch you reacting to the Torah, I'm going to learn something about you. A lot of people in this country right now say they're religious and that they're followers of a Bible. From my tradition, from their tradition, I don't recognize the tradition that they're reacting to. I'm learning more about them. Let me give you a different example. Let's play this out. And God created Eve from, I'm not saying this literally happened. And God created Eve from Adam's, okay, so, why the rib? I'll take volunteer answers. Why the rib? Okay, that's usually a man that says that. Because remember that the rib represents all of womankind, right? So, women, they're nice to have, they're extra, a spare. Okay, all right, why the rib? Why the rib? Yes.
She could walk beside him.
Hold a minute, stop. We're holding you for last. Okay? Hold off on that one. Don't usually get that one. Why the rib? Why the rib? All right, let's throw it right. So again, usually from a man, right? Sometimes somebody says, oh, the rib because it's close to the, so we got a romantic. Okay. Why the rib? Men were created from dust to show that they're soft and flexible, but women are created from bone to show that they're hard and stubborn. Who wrote that and when? Some guy, when? Listen, that's very sad, because for most of the years I've been a rabbi, when I said, when was that written, people said a long time ago. Things have gotten so bad, things have gone so far backwards in terms of gender issues in this country that I expected somebody to say yesterday in the manosphere or something. So it's shocking that you'd say that because, right, the answer was it's from the Talmud, it's from a long time ago. Okay. Not the head to rule over him. Remember, this represents all of womankind. Not the eyes, so she's always watching, not the mouth, so she always... Not the feet to be subservient, but from the ribs so that they can walk together. Oh, I like that. That's not where I thought you were going, after all. Walking forward, hand in hand, side by side, equal in every way. Who wrote that and when? Gloria Steinem. Well, a little afterwards. It comes from the 1970s, but it's whether it's a man who his consciousness was raised or a woman, I don't know exactly who wrote it, but it's really recent. That's a modern midrash. When we react to the Torah, we reveal ourselves, our own values, our own voices. And so ultimately, what we do in coming together here, it's not about then and them. It's not his story or her story. It's about us, and now it's our story. Shavua Tov. And if I do come here, don't count on sermons being that short. Bob Alper, who's a rabbi and stand-up comic, says it doesn't bother him so much if he sees congregants going like this. It bothers him a little more if he sees congregants going like this. So, Cantor Shelley, Michelle?
There is, I believe, a respite in your honor.
Wow.
I'm not going to say fancy respite, but
you know.
Whenever a cookie's out, you know you've
What
done
is
well.
the 614th commandment?
Thou shalt eat.
Have no Jewish function without food.
Exactly.
Doesn't apply to Yom Kippur, but you know. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rabbi. That was lovely.